Hey guys, what's going on? I've got a special game for you. I've got the Neekoverse here. I wanted to help show you guys how to use these universes to your advantage to help you cream your opponents. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is a sick Mech Infiltrator game. So moving right from there, I want to explain my early game a little bit. As you can see, I've got a couple of rumbles here. I actually got them out of some gray orbs in the early item rounds. I decide that, you know what, I want to lose streak. I don't really have any early units I'm going to be re-rolling for. You know, Kha'Zix is the only one tier unit I will need for this comp. Then I need some Annies and some Kaisas and some Shakos. So you know what, I say fuck it. We're going to sell the Rumble and we're going to go to 10 gold early game. As you can see, I've lost all 3 early rounds. This is okay. We want to do this. You either need to be lose streaking early or win streaking early. Like I said in my econ video, if you're not doing one of these two things, you're missing out on free gold. As of right now, I'm going to get 10 gold as long as I lose this round, which is great. So this is our plan here. We're going to lose all the way up to like level 5 and 6, and then we're going to find, you know, hopefully our Shakos, our Fizzes, our Rumbles, our Annies, and go from there. We're going to save our Neeko's helps until then, and then get Fizz to level 2, and it's going to be great. We're going to have a tier 4 unit level 2'd immediately as we get them. The other positive thing about losing all these games is that we get all the items we want from the carousel. In that last carousel, I got a BF sword. BF sword, super strong in this current meta. GA goes into like every single comp, not to mention Infinity Edge. So I do end up slapping those 2 items onto Shaco, and we end up winning this round, which I did want to do. That's why I put the items on him, because we were at 39 gold, and I wanted to get that 40 gold econ strat there, so we are able to pull that off. So heading into this item round, we are looking for one more BF sword, and then, you know, any other item. We end up picking up a tier, and then we end up picking up a BF sword, so obviously this worked out really well for us. The ideal Shaco items are Infinity Edge, GA, and Bloodthirster, so we are pretty much almost there. We just need a Negatron Cloak, and as you can see, I've ended up winning twice in a row, and then we've lost one, so hopefully we will lose again, so that way we get an extra 1 gold again. Can't overstate it. Getting 2 wins, getting 2 losses is super important. You don't want to be flip-flopping back and forth, or else you're not going to get that extra 1 gold. And throughout the rounds, that's going to add up. You know, if you don't get any extra gold, you obviously have 0. But if you do it throughout the next couple of rounds, you're going to get an extra like 5, 6 gold. That's a few rerolls. That's, you know, a tier 4 champion. Super, super important. We end up picking up the Negatron Cloak here, so now Shaco has Bloodthirster. I've ended up taking out my Rumbles for now, as they are not really doing anything, and chucking in Karma and more to give Shaco that Dark Start bonus, because from here out, I want to start winning. I want to, you know, keep my health up. I'm already at 64 health, kind of low. You know, it's only 3-5, but you can still lose pretty easily here. But with Shaco's GA and everything, it's still not enough to beat this guy here, and we still take the L, which is fine, because again, we're getting another 10 gold, but we really, really need to start looking for our Annies, our Fizzes, and looking to get in this Mech Infiltrator. And lucky enough for us, we get a nice reroll here, being able to 2-star Shaco, 2-star Kaisa, and now we have in our Fizz. So we are able to slap in our full Infiltrator and our Mech, and this is where you're going to use your Neeko's help. So you're going to be able to pick that up, slap both of them right onto Fizz. Now we have a tier 2 Fizz immediately at 3-6. That's super, super great. Now we're just looking for Mech items. Shaco, having all his items being 2-starred, we are going to definitely win from here out, and we're just going to keep win streaking. We end up going against a nice little Blade Master here. Obviously, the Mech is just to be a frontline, kind of absorb damage, while your Shaco, Kaisa, and Kha'Zix kind of run amok in the background, so you want to be looking for those tanky items. So moving into this next item round, we're obviously looking for you know, a Giant's Belt, Chain Vest, Negatron Cloak, anything that we can use to beef up our Mech. Again, the Mech is usually just a frontliner to hold off the enemy's units from killing your units. So with that, you know, our Mech is obviously just going to take all the brunt of the damage here from this guy's Mech Infiltrators. Luckily for us, as you can see, he doesn't really have the best items. Thieves' Gloves, very good on Kaisa, but our Shaco's just going to run amok here. 2 Frozen Hearts, you'd think would slow down the Mech Infiltrators, as they get a lot of attack speed when they start the game, but Luckily for us, it really doesn't matter. We barely win, but hey, a win's a win. So now into this next carousel, we are going to be looking for, either a giant spell for Warmogs, a chain vest for Bramble Vest, whatever we can get, and we do end up going with the Bramble Vest because we have been against a lot of AD. I believe there's only like one Sorcerer mech player, and I'm not too worried about that as Shaco will probably burst a lot of units. We're able to pick up 3-star Kaisa here, which is really, really great, as she's going to just be pumping out way more damage. And you want to be looking for all the units you are using. So, for instance, I'm grabbing every Fizz I see, every Lux I see, every Shaco I see, just because later on you might get lucky, you get 2 Shacos in one roll or something. You just want to have them for later. You never know when you're going to be able to 3-star a unit, so whenever you can pick up a unit for your comp, make sure to do so. Moving from here, we're again just looking for, extra items. Shaco already has all the items he needs, so I'm sitting pretty with the items. Wanted to talk a little bit about this comp and how I've expanded on it. Obviously, Mech Infiltrator is not hard to do. Grabbing Fizz and then the 3 other Infiltrators and then slapping in an Annie and a Rumble is not difficult, but I like to expand on it even further. I really like to make Shaco the carry, as he does a lot of damage and he is a very good unit. He's able to eliminate other carries super fast, as you'll see here. He gets rid of this Ashe and then goes over to the Kale and crits her for 1,100, which is really great. Getting rid of her ASAP is awesome. But there's ways you can expand on this. Obviously, Shaco being a Dark Star, you want to get in 2 Dark Star units. So as you can see, we've thrown in Lux here. Annie is also a sorcery, so you end up getting a little sorcery bonus, which makes everyone do a little more damage, so that's super great. Then we're going to level to 8 at some point and getting this Karma. That'll obviously put Dark Star bonus on the board, and with Lux and Karma being the only non-infiltrator, non-mech units, they will most likely die first, which means Shaco will be able to do a shitload more damage. And then if you can get to level 9, I like to put in a Lulu. A Lulu, obviously, adding that Mystic bonus, and as everyone's ultimate does a little bit of magic damage, that can really slow down enemies that are trying to kill you. Lucky enough for us, again, Shaco being the overpowered unit that he is able to take down both of these guys. Going to this next carousel round, of course, we want a tank item, and even though I'm looking around here a bit, just because Locket is always a good item, I end up taking the Titan's Resolve, as it is the best choice to make our mech the most tanky. As you can see, we are very close to all of the units we want. We're 2 Shacos off of 3-star Shaco. We've got a bunch of Fizzes. Now we're just 1, and we end up fighting on our Mech Infiltrator brother again. Unfortunately for him, again, his items are super shitty. You want to prioritize BF swords and other tanky items. Even though we aren't really focusing his mech, my mech still stands the test of time against all his guys and is alive a lot longer, which is always good because the mech doing a lot of damage and having a lot of tank stats, and we were able to take him out very easily. And furthermore, you just really want to look at your sidebar there and check what other things you can put in. I could slide in a Valkyrie right here if I really wanted Kaisa to carry. Of course, like I said, we're doing the Dark Star. We want to get to 8 and put in Dark Star, and then level 9 and get to Mystic. But yeah, really keeping your options open and looking for extra things you can slide into the comp. Here, unfortunately, we are not able to take out Kale in one shot. This time we end up losing our first round in forever. But luckily, we were able to pick up a Ludens from the Kane, which is really going to help our Kaisa do a lot more damage. If you can get the Demolitionist bonus onto Kaisa, she will AoE stun everyone, and it is super good. As you can see, our mech getting in there, doing a lot of damage again. It's really just a frontliner. You don't really need a whole lot of items on it that are crucial. That's why I prioritize our Shaco items. And speaking of Shaco, he's now level 3. Level 3 Shaco, super good. Obviously the GA coming back and then critting for almost 3,000. The unit's insane. If you can get him 3-starred, it's very good. Speaking of 3-stars, again, we are trying to get that 3-star Rumble, 3-star Fizz, and as you will see over there, we've got a Gangplank sitting there. So you want to keep your options open. Obviously, we can have Demolitionist if we want. I believe personally Mystic is better. They did just buff to Mystic to 35 magic resist instead of 30, but they did nerf obviously 4 Mystics down to 105, I believe, from like 120. So Mystic, usually always better if you can get it in, you should. Reason being that everyone's ultimate does magic damage, so even Wukong's ult or Aurelia's dash, it still technically does AP damage, so you should be trying to get in Mystic bonus whenever you can. As well as what I'm doing here is just looking around. You want to see what you're up against towards the end of the rounds. You know, once you hit top 4, you got to be thinking, okay, what do I need to prioritize here? Is there any way I can shift my units around to make it so they kill a specific unit faster? This, that, and the other thing. Obviously, our team comp very strong. Our Kai'Sa being level 3, our Shaco being level 3 with those items. I'm not too worried about positioning or anything. As well as I'm going to be level 9 with the Mystic, Darkstar, Mech Infiltrator buff. I'm not really too worried. We end up picking up Disarm here because it's just a whole item. There's not a lot of options there, and we know that Kai'Sa is going to be auto-attacking a little bit faster with that static Shiv, so a Disarm is not bad, especially if somebody needs to auto-attack. It's going to be very good. Unfortunately here, our mech does get Zephyred. This is a very good tactic this guy used. He moved his mech units over a little bit, put his Cho'Gath in the place of where my Zephyr was going to be, and Zephyred my mech. Unfortunately for him, my mech is super tanky. My Shaco is one-shotting everybody, and it just doesn't matter, so we are able to take this guy down with ease. Unfortunately, my mech does die first, but it doesn't matter because the Rumble with 2 Frozen Hearts is just not good. Frozen Heart, not really the greatest unit, and Shaco's just going to crit everyone to death here. So, moving into the last round, I am going to be trying to get more Universe gameplay for you guys. Obviously, you know, it's only like a 3 out of 4 chance, so sometimes I don't get it, and I want to do it in ranked, and I want to come in first, so, you know, try to show you guys the best of the best. So, sit tight, hopefully you like it, and, yeah, this is how to do the Neekoverse, guys. You want to use it, save it for that 4th unit, use it on that 4th unit, and then just start win streaking from there, and use that win streak gold to find, you know, your level 3s, or just to level up and get in extra bonuses, extra origin and class bonuses. So with that, you know, GG, and I hope to see you guys here next time. Stay safe, stay healthy. Later.